If you are anything like me and are just thinking, hey, maybe I forgot how to use tech over the weekend, then you got a home here. Welcome to the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state, nation, and world that we live in. Appreciate you hanging out with me on a Monday and kicking your week off right here, doing it Go style. So appreciate it, and let's jump right into this. I had a interesting weekend, and I hope you had got out and had some fun this weekend too. Two things happened that we need to discuss. Two things happened. First, I went on a hike. Now, if you know me and you've been hanging out for the past years that we've been doing this, 11, I believe, 11 years, you know that if you see me hiking, you approach with caution. Bring me some water because I'm dehydrated and disoriented and maybe lost. So that's been it until I started dating Queen Bee. She said, okay, what we're doing is we're going to go on a hike. We're going to give it a try. We're going to give it a try. We're going to see if you like it. It's okay. I didn't think, it's all right. It wasn't anything to write home about. It's like, okay, outside, walking around, kind of cool. I do that. Usually I called hiking my hunts. It's just basically hiking around. I just had a firearm over my shoulder. That's really all the difference was. I'd done this a bunch of times. Like when I went hiking the first time, I thought, I've done this a bunch, and this is this is very familiar to me. Done it way too many times. But then I thought, okay, I'll give it another try. Again, I'll try anything twice. Try it again. Okay, I liked it. I like being there, like hanging out, like the people we're hiking with. I was like, okay, got some cool, got to talk baseball and just kind of just roll through, just kind of getting some exercise and getting your wind. But this time was a first as well. This was a wait a second. Mike, able to be here due to plans with my mom needed. Oh, okay. Well, we're glad to have you here, Rhonda. Yeah, I don't hike. Yeah, I reckon for critters. I again, Jim. Now I did. I got to hike with the puppy for the first time, and this was kind of cool. It was a bit intimidating because we basically got the puppy all ready to go as if it were just going to go on a normal walk. But then we carried the thing all the way to the west side, out to the White Tanks, which has really cool hiking trails. And we're like, okay, we're just gonna give it a try. There's only one way we're gonna know if this dog can hike with us is just put it out there and see. This damn dog, I'm not kidding. This dog was a champion. Ozzy got it down. Like there were times where Queen Bee just dropped the leash and he just kind of do his own thing, staying right with us, hanging tight, and just bouncing around on boing, 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 like he was born to do this. I mean, how damn encouraging is that? What's up, Lynn? What's up, Jim? I'm telling you. Let's see. Hold on. See, how my dance 55th was great. Queso was good. I made corn tortilla chips from scratch. I did that twice this weekend. So excited about the corn tortilla chips. I'm not kidding. Just oil it both sides, put some salt on it, throw in the oven at 350 for 20 minutes, and boom, done. Tortilla chips. Rad. Oh my gosh. So the crunch was so much better than any of that garbage you buy at the store. Oh my gosh, it was fantastic. I'm glad it's happy 55th birthday, by the way, to Dan. Anyway, so it was like this damn dog was born to do this. Just boing, 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 boing. Now, the trail we were on is called Turnbuckle, and that was the first I've ever done. That was the first trail I did back in the day with Queen Bee. So Turnbuckle, I deemed Turnbackle because there's these switchbacks to the top. I'm like, I don't want to do this. This is awful. And then you get to the point where you think you're at the top, you're done with the trail. They're like, okay, let's go summit. I'm like, summit? The hell is that? And I look up, I'm like, well, crap. Is this Everest? What do you mean? And then so it's another probably 10 minutes up, straight up, kind of like you're walking upstairs. And then you get there. So then I pop back. So anyway, so we get him all the way to the top. So it's about the top before the summit is about 700 feet vertical and 1.75 miles. And then on the way back down, it's obviously it's downhill, and it's about another 1.75 miles. So it's pretty high. It's pretty good. I actually had a great time. The dog was out of gas. He was out of gas, and he's done it rightfully so. So was I. Totally out of gas. I was ready to go. I was ready to be done with this whole hiking thing. I'm like, where are we going to get coffee? Please, I need coffee now. But the weather was good. It was about 75, 80 degrees. perfect. Had a good hike, but just more excited than anything that we have a dog that can do these kinds of things. It was so cool to know that the dog's just ready to go at any time, ready to go. Like, we got to get him used to the truck. He's not a car dude. It's the weirdest thing in the world. Having a dog next to you and you roll down the window and it's like the window isn't even rolled down. He's like, man, wait, there's wind coming out of that. He's like, Dad, there's some coming over here. There's wind. Yeah. Doesn't even care. The first dog I've ever seen doesn't just smack his head outside the window just doing this whole thing. Isn't that funny though? Dogs put their head out the window but don't like it when you blow in their face. That's kind of weird, right? Yeah, it's fine. But I just love being with his people. Ozzy just wants to party. And it was funny because there was horses on the trail. Horses came out. And he was like, the hell is that? What is that thing? That thing is gigantic. That's the biggest dog I've ever seen. And so he's kind of intimidated by that. But we got him past that. And the people on the horseback were like, he should be pretty fired up to be on horses and cattle. We're like, yeah, we're teaching him that he's a cattle dog. Or we're trying to get him to forget, one of the two, that he's a cattle dog. But it was funny. So I held him back a couple of times. Queen Bee in the crew went forward and he just started crying. Like he had to be with his people. Even though he's right there sitting next to me, he's like, people up there. Those are my people. Let's go. We need to be up there. Yeah. So very, very cool. It was a very, very cool outing. And I'm really, really, really trying to, as much as I hated going up and up and up and up and doing that vertical, my legs were hurting. I was like, I got to get ready for my hunt, which it is Monday, and Chase should be joining us. But because I forget most everything, I forgot to send him a link. So he'll be here on Wednesday talking about sighting in our rifles and the best rifle for North American hunting. So we're going to get into that as well. Let's see, 1 foot away from though, but let's see, your Malamute just lays down in the back. Just kind of hangs out and stares out the window, but he doesn't even stare out the window. He just kind of does his thing. Yeah, we're going to get him used to it. He's going to become a normal dog again. This dog spent the first months of his life on somewhere near 11th Street in Roosevelt, running around, surviving barely. And we got him when he was darn near done. So we were revitalizing him, letting him be a puppy, and introducing him to as much stuff as we can every single day. Every day it's going to get a little bit better. But the damn thing was I think he's pretty much potty trained. He just doesn't go in the house, anything like that. I think he's done it a total of 4 times in the month that we've had him. So, yeah, pretty cool, right? Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. Second thing that happened is I got a damn paddleboard. And Bree, as you met on Friday, Bree was blown away by this. She actually sent me a text, said, are you just yanking my chain here? Did you really get a paddleboard? Did you really order a paddleboard? I'm like, I swear to God, I ordered a paddleboard. And she's like, okay, well, damn. Because it was a big thing. I spent my entire time on air in this show, 11 years, saying I'd never get on a paddleboard. But I got on a paddleboard. I'm getting on one. I still haven't to this moment, but it's here. And it's in this giant bag, and it weighs about 30 pounds, and I got to go pump the damn thing up. Yeah. Jackal Rat Oscar Grubbles, he was downtown. Yeah, he's in the mean streets of Phoenix, Brendan. They came up in the same hood. I mean, so there's so many things that freak Ozzy out, and Brendan said this. So many things that freak Ozzy out that you understand, though. Like when we're walking at night and a car comes by, he's like, whoops, because he's probably ducking people, downtown Phoenix, ducking cars the whole time. He doesn't like people with sticks. So obviously there was something there. So horse got hit by a car. Holy mackerel, Lynn. Okay. A horse got hit by a car in the neighborhood. Is the horse okay? And are the people okay? Holy crap. How do you hit a horse? It is one of the funniest things that I've ever seen. Excuse me. One of the funny excuses that I've ever seen is when people said, oh, God, I got in an accident. That truck came out of nowhere. Yeah. That giant multi-thousand-pound truck just came out of nowhere. Just appeared out of nowhere. Yeah, it did not. Yeah. The guy that hit it was arrested. Probably DUI. I mean, like I said, how do you hit a damn horse? I don't know how fast you have to be going through a neighborhood. Obviously you're speeding, probably drunk. Yeah. So living that street. Yeah. Living that street life. It's that doggy thug life. that they lived. And now it's funny, they done come up like 7-Up, these dogs that you get at the pound that have been abandoned or they grew up on the streets as strays, whatever it is. And then they done come up like George and Wheezy, and they're in that penthouse in the sky. And they're like, and then they have attitudes. They're like entitled at this point. These dogs these days, I tell you. Oh, dogs these days. Oh, Lynn, it was 1:30 in the morning. Somebody hit a horse. What was a horse doing out on the street at 1:30 in the morning? So I think it's a safe question. And then B, I'm going to say it's, or 2, whichever I went with there, or alpha or numeric. It's safe to say 1:30 in the morning you hit a horse because you're drunk. Because you're done drinking. I think the great Oracle, Chris Rock, brought this up one time. Chris said that he said you should just shut down ATMs at midnight. He said, to get rid of all this crime, you shut ATMs down at midnight, because what positive thing have you needed $300 cash for at 2 a.m.? It's a damn good question. Yeah. Horse broke loose. Well, then it's on there. There's a lot going on. Anyway, make it keeping it going here. But yeah, anyway, let's get back to the damn paddleboard. Anyway, so the paddleboard came. Queen Bee and I are going camping near a lake, not this weekend, next weekend. And by the way, if you're up in Williams this weekend, near the Williams area, and like to go to Bearizona, there's a October Fest going on, which we'll all be at in benefiting wildlife for tomorrow. So you might head up there. But next weekend, the following weekend, we're going on a trip to a lake, and we're just going to camp 2 days with the dog. So the dog is past hiking with flying colors, walking with flying colors, walking off a leash with flying colors. Now it is camping. We're going to test the dog for camping. And then eventually, probably a year or 2 down the road, we're going to test the dog in hunting. And by hunting, I mean just hang out with Pops, Just probably dove hunting or something like that. And if he wants to go get if he wants to go get a freaking bird, he can go get a freaking bird if he wants to. Go for it, dude. Go nuts. Bring it back to Pops. But we'll test him that way. But the paddleboard thing is important, because that's one of Queen Bee's goals, is to have him on the board with us, with her, with me, whatever, and just paddle along. Y'all pray for me. I'm not excited about getting on a paddleboard. I'm not. I have great balance. I have an Indo board, the wood boards with the rollers that you kind of you balance on like that. Yeah. When the Nintendo Wii came out, I was in really good shape. When the Nintendo Wii came out, I would actually play Wii standing on one of those balance boards as exercise. Yeah, kind of weird, I know, but hey, ABC's and me, that's how it goes. So I have decent balance. So that was also pre-brain surgery. So we're gonna see how this goes. Let's see how much the brain surgery jacked up my equilibrium. We're gonna figure that one out. So let's all get drunk and pet fuzzy cows and play with the doggies. Nope. Nope, not me. No. Celebrating 17 years of marriage. Have to stay home. What up, girl? Nicely done. Congratulations. 17 years of marriage. Have to stay in. See posts on YouTube. All right. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Good job. I like that. Are they easy? Okay. They're easy to balance on. They're gigantic. I didn't know this. Like I have a 14-foot kayak, and I can stand up and walk around on that thing. It's pretty easy. So I think it'd probably be about the same. Like this is 11 feet. Jeez. 34 inches wide. Woo. Let me tell you. We're going to see. I'm going to do the knee paddleboard first. I'm just going to do it. And then I'm going to get goaded by Queen Bee the entire time. Get up. And that's what's going to be. It's going to, I'm prepared. I'm very prepared mentally to fall in. And here's my plan. Okay. If I get to the point where I'm going to fall, I have 2 dives to select from in that moment. And when there's a cannonball, it's not really a dive. There's a cannonball and then a perfect one of those dives. So I've just said, oh yeah, I just need to cool off a little warm out here paddling. Yeah. See, if you prepare for the stupidity, then you can not look as stupid as you think you're going to be looking. We're going to see how it works. But in the middle of it, I start falling up. I'm going to yell cannonball, and I'm just going to tuck up and fall over. My paddleboard actually came with one of those lanyards that hold your phone, waterproof phone cases. So I'm going to use that as well. We had those for you. Mm-hmm. All right. Camp, what is a great camp for those with disabilities. Oh, right on. Wait, now I'm going to have to put on the glasses because I have to see what that says here. Camp Civitan? Civitan? Was that a, yeah. But he says that's near Arizona. Oh, cool, man. Dude, thanks for sharing that. That's rad. Okay, right on. All right. Milo was 12 foot wide, 40. Oh, here we go, Jim. Yeah, can walk anywhere on it. Enjoy the pet. Thanks, Jim. Thanks, Jim. Okay. You bragger. I'm down with that though. That's awesome. Heck yeah. You can walk anywhere. Probably, yeah. Hey. What I love about the kayaks, though, what I love about the Hobie kayaks is you take out the Mirage Drive, which is the pedal part of it. You can take it out when you're out on the water. It's got a big, now you got a big hole in there. You just stand up for the boys and girls. That's a wonderful little place to go potty. Stay out all day. Don't have to worry about getting on the beach and going to the bathroom. I love it. God bless nature. This is but that is going to happen next weekend. Not this weekend, next weekend. So check us out. But we did this. We actually rented. There was an Airbnb of the original Grand Canyon Distillery. How cool is that? Yep. Gonna be doing a lot of videoing there. Let's get actually to the program, shall we? This is another example of something to me that I think is interesting, because I've always said that poaching is the worst thing you could possibly do. Poaching, hands down, the worst thing in the outdoors that you can do. There was I'm sorry, this just caught my eye. Thanks, Jim. I appreciate that. It was a monkey on a bicycle on a paddleboard. I will probably be the same way. It's going to be comical. Anyway, poaching is bad as it is. And if poachers are finally punished the way poachers should be punished, we can eliminate a lot of poaching. But now let's kind of change our way of thought here, our way of thinking. That if you have taken an animal that is, ready for this with my hands in air quotes, beloved, you're punished to the nth degree. I think all animals we should just consider beloved. And if you don't have a tag or a license to take said beloved animal, then you should be treated the same as if you took one that was named. Here's another stupid example of this that we have to deal with. Ready for this? I want you to holy cow, that's absolutely the wrong. That's wrong. A beloved. Here we go. Where am I at? See, this is what happens when you let me push buttons again. Everybody let me push buttons. I found it. Hunter facing jail time. Finally, okay, facing jail time for a poacher. He's a poacher. Shouldn't you say hunter? Poacher facing jail time after killing beloved Hollywood buck. That's right. They call this the Hollywood buck. And this bozo went and hunted it at a cemetery. That's no bueno. Cannot hunt at a cemetery. And by the way, if you want to actually, if you want to hunt at a cemetery, it's A, illegal, but B, dude, you are that stupid. Because I would think that would be the last kind of group of anything entities that I would want to piss off. It's something at a cemetery. If you're going to do nefarious things, don't do it at a cemetery. Yeah. So, and Jim brings up a great point. I think all of us will agree with you, Jim, that thank the good Lord that there's a statute of limitation on stupid stuff, especially thank the good Lord social media wasn't around, because this guy got busted because he was dumb enough, not only dumb enough to poach in a place that you can't, take a beloved buck, and he posted it on social media. Social media at times is the great equalizer. Yeah. Yeah. That's why, and Lynn says, why not just name every animal, basically wild or domestic? Okay, cool. Yeah. If that gets us to, and by the way, if you want to name the moose that I'm going to take in my life because it's on my bucket list, if you want to call it Marty Moose, you can call it Marty Moose. If you call it Bullwinkle, you can call it Bullwinkle. Don't care. And then the headline reads, Hunter takes beloved Bullwinkle in Alaska. Okay, because I had a tag. It was legal. I did it. I ain't poaching. No way in hell I'm poaching. So people, people will do anything to get clicks right now. It's a good point. So but the great equalizer is the stupidity of people that are stupid enough to do all those things that I listed. They posted online like, hey, look at me. I'm so cool. I'm going to jail. One of the funniest things intern Sarah watched with me, we used to watch the show called Bait Car. Did y'all know that? It's such a dumb show called Bait Car. They'd put these cars with all these cameras in it, and they'd put it in a high crime area, and they'd wait for it to get stolen, and the cops would roll in, and they'd cut the power to the car, and then they would throw a kill switch, and then but one guy screams out, "I'm going to jail!" And Sarah thinks to this moment, if you said that to Sarah, "I'm going to jail," she would laugh her butt off, and that was when she was like 8. Holy cow! Yes. Bullweek was eaten at my house in the mid-70s, 15 yards from my porch. Oh, God bless you. Oh, God bless you. I love Arizona. I love Arizona outdoors. There's 365 hunting, fishing. I love Arizona. But damn, sometimes I just long for those days in the Midwest or the Northeast that has this kind of a vibe where the game's right there. It's just there. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Lynn's having a little breakfast beers, but it's okay, dude. You shouldn't name animals. Why not though? Why not name them? Every wall mount I have is named. Every wall mount. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, there is a certain punishment for beloved animals, but not for any other animal. It just drives me crazy. Just absolutely drives me crazy. Let's talk about bears, though. This is a fun story. It really is to me. I think it's, if this is what you're into and this is what you want to do in life, hey, rock on. I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you. This is what you want to do in life. But I'm going to read you the actual headline of this. The actual headline, and I think it's right over here if I found it correctly here. Nope, this is about Sweden, but that's not the one I want to talk to you about. Oh my God, this is so great. Okay, so a man and his wife have discovered that in California that they are sharing their house with a bear, with a black bear. A black bear decided to turn their crawl space under their house into just a little cave. That's where he hangs. And they're okay with it. They're like, look, we don't have any kids. We don't have any pets. We live on acreage. So whatever. It just, if the bear wants to just come on in and use our house, then the bear just comes and uses our house. They said that the bear kind of comes and goes, kind of does its own thing. And see here, it says, wow, this is okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong one here. So he said that he goes out about 5:30 and just kind of does his business. He says apparently he leaves to go out on the town in the evening, and he comes back around 5:30 in the morning. He goes, that's his den for now, and as long as he wants it. He goes, he said, we don't think we need to get him out of there because things are fine now, but we don't want to be held responsible if anybody gets hurt. So we're just going to kind of play it by ear and see if the authorities show up. But here's why it's an interesting story. Not only is it that the story of a couple that says, whatever, we can share a house with a bear. No big deal. Who cares? Bear's going to do what the bear does. Obviously, we're making noise. He hears the TV, hears the clanking and cooking and all this stuff, smells the food, doesn't bother us. And so we're just going to have it. That's interesting enough. Do you want to hear something really, really cool about the story? The guy is a retired Yogi the Bear animator. The dude had a career animating Yogi Bear cartoons, and now he has a bear living with him. It's almost as if the bear sensed it and was like, I think this guy's cool. I'm down. I think this guy's onto something here. This is he's cool. He seems like a really cool guy. And I think that's brilliant. I think there's nothing. Of all the gin joints in all the world, right? From Casablanca, all the gin joints in all the world, of all the houses in all of California or the area where that bear was born and raised, he picks one house to people that would allow him to do it and people that were former animators of a bear cartoon. I just think that is too rad. That is so rad. I lived in Missouri for a hellish 8 or 9 months. It was awful. And I had the first contract come around as a plumber. And the plumber goes, hey, you got a groundhog living under your porch. Like, oh, cool. Right on. Like, I cared. I was like, who cares? This is a good groundhog. He goes, they're good eating. Excuse me? Okay, I'm going to shake it off. I'm like, welcome to Missouri, right? Southern California boy in Missouri. I'm like, okay. They're like, yeah, they're good eating. I'm like, okay, cool. Next contractor, a week and a half later, some painter comes in. I mean, it's as if they scope houses before they get in there. They go, hey, you got a groundhog living under your front porch. Like, yeah, I heard. He said, you know what? They're good eating. And I'm like, damn, is that a thing here? Does people just say everything's good eating? Then he said, but the great part about groundhogs, you can train them up like cats. I'm not kidding. He goes, you can litter box train groundhogs like cats. Like, I mean, that explains Puxatonky, honky tonky, or whatever Phil that lets you know if winter's going to be around. Anyway, do you remember when de Blasio dropped him? God, that's fantastic. Anyway, he said you can train them up like cats, and when you get tired of them, they taste just like steak. Swear he said it. This is within 2 weeks. I'm just like, okay, this is culture shock at its best. That guy goes to his truck, brings back a recipe for me. He said, just in case you want to go down there and take care of it, man. He said, yeah, here's some good processing instructions and some good eating. Yeah. Holy cow. And at that moment, I thought, you know what? Not that I went and killed the groundhog. I never even saw it, by the way. The entire months that we lived there, I didn't even see it. But I was like, the thing that was fascinating to me is that people eat damn near anything. So give it a try. If somebody said, hey, listen, I got some groundhog deal. Okay, hell, I'll give it a try. This had like some Catalina dressing recipe on it. Had no idea. Porcupine is good too. Porcupine raw? No, it isn't. Did you really say that? Porcupine raw? Raw porcupine. Who do you raw? Why would you eat raw porcupine? Why not cook it up? What are we on, Survivor? What the hell? Yeah, come on. Alone? Mm-hmm. How about this? One of the things I finished watching, Queen Bee and I finished watching this weekend was Alone. If y'all haven't seen Alone on Netflix, please go just jump on. So cool. They take 10 people in the same basically geographic vicinity, but each person has to survive until the last one's gone. I mean, till the last one's standing. You gotta check it out. You come. Oh, that's a great point. Tequila Jim about the porcupine. They come with their own skewers. Well done. Well played. But check out, but definitely check out Cannibalism. Lynn, please stop it. Really, they're one of the few critters that you can eat raw in northern Maine. I'm like, are you just biting into it? I have to know what's happening. You just skin it and just start just taking off chunks of that thing, like the movie Alive, or do you what do you do with this? You make it tartare? What do you do? Yeah, I gotta find that out. That's crazy. But they also Alone is funny. So many errors by folks. But yeah, I understand the errors. I understand the errors on Alone, but mostly I'm impressed with the people. Like one guy dropped a deer and he's like, I need to go make a smokehouse for this. And he had Lincoln logs. And he just built this like probably 6 foot by 6 foot smokehouse that looked like something that I would live in if it were bigger. Like, damn. And people got it going on. But yeah, definitely check out Alone. And then what Outlast is the one we started yesterday. So Outlast is pretty funny as well. It's kind of a cutthroat teams kind of vibe, but it's for $1 million. So it's kind of yeah. But anyway, Chase was supposed to be here today. Chase the guide will be here on Wednesday. We'll work it out, but we're gonna do this again. Y'all, thanks for hanging out and doing me a favor. Oh, wait a second. Groundhog be legal to offer in a restaurant? Greg, most game animals are available if they are commercially farmed. Yeah, you can't go kill something and then offer it for sale. Kind of that's the illegal part. But I don't know about Canada, buddy. It might be in Canada. It might be wide open there. I have no damn idea. But we'll talk about Canada's bear problem. We'll talk about that tomorrow right here on The Go Show. Thanks for hanging out with us, y'all. It's The Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state name.